What's up, everybody? So I'm in Auburn, Alabama right now. I made the drive into the city this morning planning on starting a video, but not really knowing what I was gonna do. This is kind of a freestyle, if you will. So cameraman Chris and I have been riding around trying to figure out what exactly we wanted to do, and let me show you what I found. Huh? I know, it looks like a dumpster and a pallet, but I'm seeing this as a boat. Uh-oh, the guy's coming to dump it right now. We literally looked up just in time to take our pallet. I've seen a lot of pallets in my day, and most of them are just more square than this. This is a rectangle, and I feel like it looks exactly like a boat. Maybe not exactly, but you can see that the foundation is laid. So I'm thinking first thing we gotta buy is some kind of sheet of plywood to cut it down to the exact length of the pallet and width of the pallet. That way we'll have a nice foundation on the very top side. And then I'm thinking totes, some kind of containers that hold air really well. And then we'll just drill them on the bottom. That way we've got a floating foundation. I also wanna buy some kind of comfortable chair to attach to the pallet some kind of way. The goal is to make this thing buoyant enough to be able to hold my big self along with a battery, a trolling motor, and like 3 baits that are weightless. So all we gotta do is go to Home Depot and get it done. Well, we have made it to Home Depot, and I love Home Depot. I could go inside of Home Depot and Lowe's and spend 3 or 4 hours just dreaming about what me and my wife think we need. Kind of like this big giant barn right here. Storage has become a big issue since I've started YouTube. I've got so much more stuff laying around the house, and my wife doesn't really like it. And she was talking about getting a barn the other day, and I had to quickly let her know. These things are $7,000. That's a little bit out of my budget. It would be really nice to have one though, and I could definitely see Ayo putting this thing on some pontoons, sending it down the hooch, giving Davy Gravy a nice little spot to sleep. I mean, come on, Ayo, step up the game, bro. But for $7 grand, goodness gracious. I might as well skip these next few and just go down here and look at this other one. How much is this? Doggone, this one's 3,800 bucks. How much is this one? That's how it normally goes. They don't even have a price on this one. They're like, I mean, if you want to look at it, you can look at it. And this one's nice too. I mean, it's already got a lot of bows in the floor. Nice water damage everywhere. You can tell it's not put together real well. I mean, that's the one I want. There we go. Now that's a little bit more my speed. We're looking at $800. Probably no room in here at all. Hey! All right, so I'm thinking first things first, we gotta find some kind of plywood to cut down to size and then lay over the top of our pallet we just found. Dude, plywood's expensive, man. All right, we're looking at 48 bucks for a sheet. All right, so I found one for $25.90. I think that's the cheapest piece I'm gonna find. I'm gonna go ahead and snag it. Step 1 complete. I'm thinking 2x4x8 is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and snag 2 of those. I'm not worried about whether or not they're real pretty. Ooh. All right, so I'm trying to think, is that all the wood we're gonna need? We have our base layer for our pallet. So my plan is to take some of this 2x4 and create like a rectangle on top of the boat. That way I can set my battery down in it for my trolling motor without it sliding off. I'm also thinking that I can just cut a small section like this, drill straight down, and mount it on the very back of the boat standing straight up. That way I can mount my trolling motor to it. So I think this is all the wood we need. All right, so I did that backwards. I went in and bought my wood first, and then we're gonna go in and buy all our small stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wood on the back of the truck. That way we can risk having it stolen while we're in the store. All right, back in we go for another purchase. All right, so now we need totes. Hey, do you know where the totes are? Like, okay, thank you. 37, okay, thank you, sir. Well, here we are, the storage containers. So this whole aisle right here has nothing but totes. So we shouldn't have too hard of a time finding 4 that'll work. All we need is 4. We got 4 different sections under that pallet. So the main thing is 17¼ inches wide by 30½ inches long. We have to be within those dimensions. If we're not, we got a problem. Might have to do some notching on some pallet wood. And I don't want to notch no pallet wood today. I woke up this morning and I told myself, don't notch pallet wood this morning if you can help it. I also want to be sure these things are as tough as they can be because we're going to be drilling through this. The last thing I want is for it to crack whenever I step on it, which might happen anyway. That is perfect. We're sitting at 26¼ just say, by 17¼ just say. That's gonna be perfect for our 4 little sections. So I'm gonna go ahead and snag 4 of these. I do think I probably ought to go ahead and snag the lids for them too, because when I get home with totes and no lids, my wife's gonna think, dang. I mean, YouTube? Really? Sweet, I'm just gonna tote them over here and get it, just totes. Chris is saying they come with the lids. We're gonna find out whenever we get up there. I don't see a barcode on them, so maybe they do. Maybe I was about to short myself. All right, so everything's costing a little bit less than I thought, and I know you don't believe it, but I actually have a budget that I have to stick to for my life. That way I don't completely tank everything. What I'm trying to say is, I see some green outdoor carpet that I think would just look elegant, high class. Everything would look right if we put this green outdoor carpet on top of our pallet. Dude, I mean, I may be napping on this pallet whenever we finally get it out there on the water. Nice sun beaming down, getting you ready to whack a Sally that's fat. All right, we have snagged our green outdoor carpet for our pallet build. The next thing I need to find is a chair though. I'm looking for something comfortable, looking for something light, yet sturdy, and also stylish. So we have these type chairs here, but the problem with these chairs, I don't have anything on the bottom to be able to strap it down to the pallet. My original thought was that the base of the chair would be kind of long. That way I could find some kind of bracket to clamp over it and then drill to the pallet. Just don't think these will work. So the search continues. All right, so I'm seeing some chairs up here, but they're still not what I have in my mind. My mental picture isn't matching up with what I'm seeing on the shelves. Actually, we may have found it. I think it'll work, man. $50, man, that's a lot of money. But for comfort, I think it's worth it. Excuse me, sir. So I am looking for some kind of, here's what I'm doing. I want to take this chair and I want to mount it on top of a pallet. I'm trying to make a boat, right? And so I need something that's gonna attach right here that I can drill like a bracket.
There may be some down there like hardware, like little U-bolts.
Okay, all right, yeah. Cool, thank you. U-bolt. I know Usain Bolt. And we've got them right here. I'm gonna snag 4 of these. Well, sweet, I think we got everything that we're gonna need. We got our outdoor carpet, our totes, we've got our chair. I even bought some giant screws. Got our U-bolts to mount our chair down. We've got everything that we're gonna need. We're about to check out and then head on to the house, see if we can get this thing built and hopefully be able to get it out on the water tomorrow. See you guys at the house. Before we go any further, I need to tell you about today's video sponsor, and they hold a special place in my heart. In fact, this was the first company that ever reached out to me about doing a brand deal on the channel. Strapino, the world's best ratchet straps. So for the last 2 years, I have literally only used Strapino straps. Let me show you why. Know what I mean? You feel me? Oh yeah. The fact that these things are retractable allows you to keep them nice, neat, organized. It's all carefree. Aside of being easy to use, they're also super durable. They've lasted the 2 years that I've been putting them through heck and back. Woo! Sorry, acid reflux. I've used these things from suspenders, Chris help me, to Santa Claus.
Now that we got you strapped in there, buddy, you know what you want for Christmas?
Hanging out in a hammock. Strapino also sent us some nice heavy duty straps to give away on the channel. These things are 2 inches thick by 12 foot long, and they come equipped with a 5,000 pound payload capacity before your straps break. It's a lot of pounds for days. All you gotta do to be entered to win is be a subscriber, drop a comment on this video. I'm gonna do the giveaway in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna do it on my Instagram. Strapino's also got some really nice boat straps. Yeah, so be sure and check out Strapino. You won't be disappointed. Back to the boat build. All right, well, time to make some cuts. I have my pallet right here. We're about to measure, find out the exact dimensions, and we're gonna cut it out of this right here, lay it on top, screw her down on step 2. We're gonna go with 40 and 72 1/4. All right, 40 and 72 1/4. I'm just gonna make quite a few different little ticks. That way I know I can keep her straight. All right, you know the drill. Measure twice, cut once. I like it. I'd like to go ahead and be the one to tell you that I'm not a carpenter. I kind of got excited just drawing some lines thinking I was doing man stuff, so just bear with me. Broke a little bit of a sweat during that. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if she fits. I'd be lying if I told you guys that I wasn't a little bit nervous about this moment right here. All right, so what's done is done. Come here, let me show you where I messed up. If you'll look right here, the cut's kind of crooked. But for me, I'd say A+. I'm just gonna get this thing drilled down. We'll get our carpet on. We're gonna flip it over. We're gonna put those tubs under it. We're gonna put the chair on it. We're gonna bolt the chair down. We're gonna go to the lake. We're gonna catch a big one. Now time for screws and carpet. All right, so I've got my carpet laid out right here on the ground. I'm just gonna throw my wood right there. Then I just gotta get it cut to size and we should be good to go. My goal for this carpet is to be able to leave a little bit of overhang on all 4 sides and then tuck it, and then we should be good to go. Dude, this is gonna look better than I thought. It ain't gonna be perfect. I mean, you're gonna be able to tell that I didn't know what I was doing, but I mean, hey, I'm fine with that. I'm about to throw a screw in that thing, man. All right, we ready for screw number 1. Well, there we go. All right, so I'm trying to make sure it's really tight. I don't think I'm gonna get it as tight as I want it, obviously. So I've got my 2 screws in. The hard part is gonna be keeping this material as tight as possible along the whole outside edge of this thing. It's definitely looking like it's gonna look better than I thought. I was halfway kind of doing it as a joke for the carpet, but it's looking pretty good. Oh! One more right here, and I feel like we're gonna be done with getting the platform and our carpet on there. All right, I'm just being honest. I am thrilled with the way that our platform turned out. Top part looks really good. Now this is going to be the question. Will our totes fit? Moment of truth. Oh no. Okay, got a little bit of extra room. I'm thinking that we would slide these all the way to the outside. We'll put all 4 right there. It's gonna look something like this. So the more I've been looking at this, the more I feel like I found a way to make it a little bit easier. I'm thinking that I can take a 2x4 right here, slide those that way, put a lot of pressure coming in from this side, and then that should keep our totes in place. If it doesn't, I can always go through right here and drill about 4 screws in each one. And then we should have some buoyancy. And that's what we want, a little bit of buoyancy. I don't ever want to go anywhere without any buoyancy. Because if you're not buoyant, you're dense, I think is the word. Something like that. Either way, we're about to get to work. Dude, I'm kind of worried. I don't know if this thing's gonna float. I really don't. Not a whole lot of that bottom is taken up with totes, so kind of nervous. Might do a little bit of swimming, that's fine if we do. We'll get it on camera, let you guys laugh at the big guy out there on a makeshift boat, looking like Swiss Family Smalls. All right, I know this ain't gonna work real good, but it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I have taken an alternate route. I have put these braces on. That way I don't even have to really drill into these. Now these 2 up here, they do a little bit more moving, but they're not coming completely out. Plus all the pressure is gonna be coming from the top, kind of pushing down on it. So I don't think we got anything to worry about. I think it should work fine. We are getting close. I'm ready to get this chair on here and see how it looks. All right, well, here we are. This is where we're at so far. Got our nice totes down there. I'm hoping that that's big enough. It's looking like it might not be. I don't know, I think it'll keep me up. We're gonna see. I think overall it looks really good. It looks nicer than I thought it was going to. Don't get me wrong, I mean, we're gonna be out there looking like our necks are red. This is definitely the most country thing I've ever done. It's gonna be kind of embarrassing, but I think it'll be fine. I definitely think we'll get some looks. I think some people will ask us about it. Now, what I am gonna do is go ahead and put my trolling motor bracket right here. I'm just gonna screw it down just like that. And hopefully that'll keep our trolling motor on nice and snug. It's got some movement. I don't like the movement. All right, so I just got them drilled in. I know it don't look pretty. I mean, they're all cattywampus, but I wanted to be sure I had it nice and snug. I had a ton of movement on this thing, and that ain't good. So hopefully, trolling motor just slides on. Oh, yes. I definitely want to make sure that thing is nice and snug. Ain't going nowhere except the lake. All right, she's got a little bit of movement to her, but it'll be fine. 280-pound thruster right here, so we just got to take it easy. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna put that battery right there. Oh, it's starting to look like a boat. I know it's just a trolling motor and a battery, but I'm getting a little excited. So before we go any further, I am a little bit nervous that I might do a little teeter and a little totter and get a little wet. If the boat does flip, I want to be sure that the battery is at least secured to the boat. I feel like the boat would probably stay at the top of the water, maybe under the water a smidge, but I don't want to lose my battery. It's brand new. So to be sure I don't, I have a Strapino strap. These are my favorite straps by far. Check them out. So let's go through here, through here. All right, there we go. It's kind of how I go through life. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. And if it don't work, don't get stressed out and bent out of shape. Just try again. All right, so the battery's at least gonna be attached to the boat if we flip. I hope we don't flip. Power station is looking nice and secure. I'm about to show you everything else we've got for the boat. I think she'll work just fine, assuming that we don't teeter and totter. I do want to get a few practice casts. I mean, dude, I feel like I can fish off of this boat, no problem. We're also not in the water yet, but let me show you what we got. We have a nice charcoal grill, and the contents that will go inside are right here in our nice igloo. Now, all we gotta do is get this girl into the water and hope that she stays afloat. We shall see. There's one over there by that swing set, hold on. Moment of truth, let's see if she floats. All right. We are so close. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's gonna work. Why do I have to be such a big boy? No! No! Oh, I threw my phone. I threw my phone. Dude, I threw my phone in the water. It's somewhere right here and I can't find it. Well, I think that it is safe to say that that did not work. No, dude. My lunch. My lunch. Oh, gosh. My tackle. Oh, my sweet tackle. My rod. All right, you gotta pull out just a smidge. You gotta pull out just a smidge. Oh no, what a failure. I mean, I've had some channel failures, but I have yet to have a failure like that. This chair was dry. Hey, hold on, Chris. All right. Well, that was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. I mean, I've literally got people all around me. I mean, we got people right there at the store. We got people right back here behind me. Golly, guys, what a doofus move. I guess it's safe to say on our first ever boat build, we completely and totally failed, bombed it bad. But I should have known though. I got 17-gallon totes. I should have known. I am a 275 pounder. That was dumb, but the good news is we saved our battery because we've got our trolling motor. Hey, that thing held up nicely. So I would say awesome job with the hardware and everything on that. Still got our chair. Gosh, this is what I'm upset about. Our cooler, our lunch, Oh shoot, we good on that. Sorry, I hate to give y'all a sneak peek. Got that Hunter's Pub steak sauce. Look, I brought a steak and corn, okay? I had big plans for this day and it's just not really starting out like I thought that it would. So what I'm thinking is, how about maybe just a little bank fishing trip? Maybe cook on the bank and fish on the bank and just think about maybe what happened if we would have done a good job building the boat. This sucks, it really does. But I know that's gonna be great content, so I appreciate you watching it. Just for me doing that, if you don't mind, please subscribe. No big deal. Obviously, the boat does not work. Oh well, right? You can't succeed at everything you do. One thing that I've got to go do is I have to find my phone. Whenever I was, going down, I was able to get my phone out of my pocket, and I just chunked it. I thought that I did good. I did not. That thing is actually in the water right now. All things said and done, if I can find my phone, I will consider that a win. Luckily, phones nowadays are waterproof. Hopefully I don't have to go buy a new one. We got some guys on the dock that saw where it landed, so hopefully they can key us in. Golly. All right, so the problem is I have completely dirtied up the water right here around us. And where my phone landed is dirty too. God, if I'd have just put a little bit more oomph on it, it would have reached the bank. I would have looked like a hero. And now I kind of feel like a zero, but that's just how it goes. I mean, you can't win them all. In fact, you might lose most of them. I feel like Norm or AO would have definitely checked and seen how much weight versus buoyancy per gallons they had, and I did not. I kind of live life on the edge, just go for it, ask questions later, and now I'm asking myself why I did that. Good looking rocks. If I have a crawfish pinch my little finger, I'm gonna scream like a girl. All right, so I have an idea, and I'm willing to spend the money. All right, there's some dip nets in that store, right? I'm thinking I go buy a dip net and I just scoop around the bottom. I mean, I think that's the only option I have. Where I'm at, I can't see it and I can't feel it. And I think I need to go buy a dip net at this store up here and come back and give it a shot. Here I go. It didn't work. I'm not gonna go in. See if you can find the biggest net with the smallest holes.
Biggest net with smallest holes.
So as I was flipping, I mean, it was great. I was flipping, I was digging my phone out of my pocket. I went down, made a throw. I got it almost up on the bank. It's in the water down there somewhere. I can't find it.
This is gonna be your response.
That's it. Snag it. It's my cell phone.
Oh no.
Lost your cell phone?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I should have just left it in my pocket and I'd have been in the same boat and I'd have known where it was.
What if I don't sell that net or not?
It took something like this. All right, so Chris is inside in the store right now buying a giant dip net. I got aqua prints everywhere. I didn't want to go in there dripping water and humiliated. You can be one or the other. You don't want to be humiliated and dripping water. Hey, don't be telling them how dumb I am. All right, y'all be good. They're definitely laughing at me, yeah. All right, so we're about to review some footage and see where we're at. But I bought a net that I think is gonna help us find this phone. All right, quit goofing off. All right, I'm just gonna start right here. Do it.
1 second.
What?
Give me a net. They need a net.
Oh shoot! Oh, my buddy said he needs a net. I showed you my throw. Let me show you my speed. Let's go. Let's go. Got him. Let's go, huh? Let's go. Come on. I like it.
Oh yeah, look at that big man. He caught it on the bait.
Now, I'm breathing hard just cause.
I owe you anything.
No, sir, you don't owe me a thing, man. That's awesome, dude. That's a heck of a fish.
Yeah.
Y'all been catching them?
Yeah, that's real bad.
Nice. Well, heck yeah, man. Guess I gotta go find the phone.
All right, thank you.
Ain't no doubt. Hey, that's what we're here for, baby.
Hope you find your phone though.
I hope I do too. It ain't looking too good. We're gonna see. Well, that's awesome. My man just caught a nice one. Uh-oh. Somebody had a bad day. Not like me. All right, this is the biggest scoop I've gotten. No phone. Jody, you doing all right, man?
man, how you doing? Cold. How you doing?
Oh, so I made me a makeshift boat, right? You know what I mean. You ain't never built a Home Depot boat?
No.
Come on, Jody.
We did a lot. What
Yeah, today I'm going for Samsungs. So I flipped right there on the ramp. And when I did, I got my phone out of my pocket. So I slung it up on the bank. I ain't thrown in a while, you know. How's it going, man?
I think I've seen you before somewhere.
Have you? I got a YouTube channel.
Are you Smalls?
That's me.
No way.
That's me, man. Yes, sir. As goofy as they come.
Can I get a picture with you, dude?
Yeah, for sure, man.
My friend loves you. No way.
Yeah, that's me, man. We out here fishing for phones today.
Is there gonna be a YouTube video on that?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm soaking wet. Nice to meet you, buddy.
It's nice to meet you.
All right. Wouldn't it be cool if I dumped this and it was just in here?
How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. What y'all trying to do?
We are trying to find a cell phone right now. Sorry. Let me know if you see it. Looks kind of goofy, don't it?
Well, you got to do what you got to do. I understand. And well, I mean, if y'all gonna be here, you might can let it. You know, because it's pretty clear over here.
Yeah,
but,
it was definitely clear when I started. I looked and looked and looked, and he called it. Thought maybe it would light up. Went straight to voicemail, and I charged it last night. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's in that shallow, I'd have to try myself. You just got to try.
Well, hey, I've got an extra pair of shoes if you want to.
I didn't say I wanted to. I said I would have.
I got you. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one. All right, I searched and searched. All I found was an old sign. So I think we're about to drive around to a nice little spot to fish from the bank. I kind of wanted to fish from the bank anyway. I didn't really want to be on a boat today. So it works out great. I think we're gonna go ahead and cook our steak first, you know, get the belly full. That way we'll be all nice and fat and sassy. It ain't that big of a deal. I'm not worried about it. We're still gonna catch them, I hope. We're just not gonna be able to take a picture and show anybody, which is fine. All right, I don't know if you guys use lighter fluid or not, but this chimney right here has worked wonders for me for the last couple of years. This chimney is awesome. You literally, all you have to do is put paper in the very bottom right there, light your paper on the bottom, and whenever all that heat transfers to the very top and all your coals are nice and lit, you'll just pour them here into your grill and be good to go. I gotta get these shoes off. Look at that. Ugh. Good as new. All right, so the grill is going. It's gonna take a little while on that. I went ahead and grabbed my rod and reel. This is the only tackle box I brought for the day. I thought that it was gonna go really good, and all I was gonna need was a couple baits, and here we are. We've also got our cooler, so brought some nice utensils. Got 2 pieces of corn we're gonna throw on the coals, and a nice ribeye. I don't know if you guys have heard of Hunter's Pub steak sauce wherever you are, but wow, this is a staple in my hometown, and it is so good. So yeah, while we're waiting on this grill to get hot, I'm about to get a line in the water. All right, the bait of choice. All I snagged for today was some extra hooks, a pack of green pumpkin black flake Yamamotos. I personally think in the springtime that's all you need. I also brought 2 bullet weights and some lizards. That way we can drag us a little Texas rig. So I brought my wacky rig tool. I'm gonna go ahead and slide a nice O-ring over my wacky rig. That's gonna help me save my bait. You get to keep a whole lot more baits whenever you use these O-rings. I've also brought a small painter's nail, and I'm gonna take this nail, shove it in the very front of my wacky rig right there. That's gonna give it a little bit of weight at the head. It's gonna turn it into a Nico rig. Kind of like a wacky rig, you just gotta weight at the very front. And we're gonna rig it just like so. I'm gonna get a lot of meat on that thing, so I kind of cover my hook as best as I can. And that is our Nico bait. I kind of like this little spot we have decided to stop at. A lot of rock right here, kind of a steep drop off right here on the edge of the shoreline. Before I get up too close, I'm gonna make a quick little flip right here. Super windy out here today, so you don't wanna come out here on a windy day like this and get wet or anything like that. Makes for a tough day. Goodness gracious. Call me crazy, but I'm about to cast into the wind. That just looks like a fishy little spot. A lot of times if you're fishing an area that the wind is blowing directly into it, that can be a good thing. A lot of times that wind will blow all the microplankton, and all the microplankton attracts all the bait, and all the bait attracts all the big fish. So let the wind dictate where you fish if it's windy. I'm definitely glad I tied that battery down though. That was the last thing I wanted to lose, that and the trolling motor. The chair, really the rod and reels I didn't want to lose either, but luckily we didn't lose anything except for a cell phone. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm a millennial. What am I gonna do without a phone for a couple of days? Next time you see me, I might be bald, pulling all my hair out. Make my way this way while looking for snakes. Walking the bank like this, guys, you will occasionally find a nope rope. Just keep your eyes peeled, don't step on one. Spots just like that's where you're normally gonna see them snakes, hiding out on them rocks, heating that blood up, them cold-blooded animals. Now this is a nice looking little spot. You can see that the wind's blowing across the point right there, and then right over here is a little bit of a little slack water, no wind, no kind of current. Normally I wouldn't do it, but since I'm already wet, I think you know what I'm about to do. So there's a nice pile of brush out there. I'm gonna walk on down the edge of this log. Hopefully I don't fall in the water. I don't want to get my phone wet. Ha! Goodness gracious alive. All right, now I can get out there to that little brush pile. Taking a chance, might lose my bait by doing it, but also might catch a fish. No. Oh, well, there goes that risk with no reward. Well, that was the first line snap of the day. That is the risk you take whenever you're fishing from the bank. Definitely gonna break your line a lot more, but hey, if that's the only way that you can go fishing is to fish from the bank, I strongly encourage you to go fish. Uh-oh, I got a fish. I got a fish. Let's go. Who says you need a boat to catch a fish? They're wrong. Let's go. Okay, so it makes me feel a little bit better to get one caught, I must admit. Is she big? Not a chance, not at all. I mean, she's rather small, but a fish nonetheless. Ooh, she swam right back into the rock, bumped her nose. Oh, I thought I had a fish. If it was a fish, he'd let me go. Come back and bite it, baby. Bite it again. Just one small nibble. This spot here looks really fishy. This is the very tip of this whole point. We've got a ton of chunk rock right here. Got some nice little bushes in the water. There should be a fish right here. Uh-oh. That's a fish. Oh, he came off. Doggone it. Come back and get it. Yeah, you don't want it now that thing stuck your face. Darn it. Well, I had one. Let's get back out there and try again. Oh, there he is. Got him that time. That feels like a good one. Oh my goodness. Come here. Come here. Let's go. Get her on the bank. I don't know if that's the same fish or not, but I did just have a bite. Oh no, she's bleeding. Okay. She's good. She's gonna live. Well, fish number 2 while we're waiting on the coals to get hot. That is awesome. She was right down there where she should have been. See you, girl. That's so cool. The wacky rig, getting it done. Well, let's go check our coals out and see how much longer we got on this grill. I am kind of ready to eat. A little bit chilly. All right, let's get these coals dumped. Oh yeah. All right, so we have our lunch box. Nice little igloo. All right, so I've got 2 pieces of corn. I've wrapped them in aluminum foil after I put a lot of butter on them and salt. I am just gonna throw these, burnt myself. I'm just gonna put them directly on the coals. Hopefully, yeah, that'll work out. Now for the main ingredient, a nice healthy ribeye. Oh, come on now. All right, so this is normally the time that I would set my timer on my phone for about 3 minutes. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Get that baby covered up. Cameraman Chris, let me know when about 3 minutes passes. Oh, it smells wonderful. Whoever's downwind from us is definitely gonna be thinking, I have got to go that way. I mean, come on now. I know what you're thinking. Boy may not be able to build a boat, but he can sure enough cook. All right, it is time to pull our steak. I like mine a little bit on the medium rare side. Let's see how she's looking. That one's still moving. Just a few more minutes. So I know the day is coming, but as of now, I've never had the game warden come up to me while I'm fishing. I just haven't had it happen. And wow, what about that? As I'm in the water looking for my phone, dude pulls up. He didn't even ask for my license. He didn't ask any questions. He just said,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Definitely a cool guy though. He was joking around with us, so that was cool. All right, it is time. It is time. It is time. Oh, so hot. All right, let's see how this looks. Oh my. That is exactly how I like it. First bite. That steak is wonderful. I mean, dude, that is. I wish Davey was here. He would love this. Now the question is, do you eat the fat? Personally, I'm a fat eater. I like the fat on a ribeye. Kind of curious to know whether or not you guys do the same thing. I mean, that's got some fat on it. And it's good. All right, let's pull this corn. Oh. Oh, gosh, that was hot. Great Lands, that hurt. Y'all know anybody that still says Great Lands? So I used to have a teacher in English class, and she always said Great Lands. It just kind of threw me off. But either way, just how it goes. All right, let's unravel our corn and just see how we did. It should have had enough time to cool off by now. Oh, my word. All right, it's still burning hot, but let me just try our corn. Nice and sweet. Corn's good, steak's good. I'm about to finish eating. We're gonna get back out on the bank, see if we can't catch another one. As of now, I've got 2 fish caught. Both of them are kind of small, little dinky fish. Don't really want that. I want to catch a 4-pounder. There's a ton of 4-pounders out here. So in the next few minutes, we're gonna see if we can get it done. I have made it to the dam. We're gonna try the dam into this lake and hopefully we can find a bigger fish. First 2 that we caught were kind of small. I would love to catch one a little bit bigger than those. I think we might can do it here. A little bit deeper water. Nice little shade line right there in front of a nice patch of bushes. Maybe this area of the lake hadn't been fished. I know there's a lot of people up there on the other end fishing, so maybe if we can get away from the crowd, we can catch a bigger one. Nothing on the front side, maybe the back side of these bushes. Fish! I've got a fish! Let's go. Oh, dude, nice one. It is a nice one. Okay. There we go. That is a nice fish. Fish number 3, baby. Let's go. A little post ribeye fish. Nothing wrong with that. She did spit my Cinco, so I'll have to get another one of those. But no big deal. Well, that's cool, man. I'm going to go grab another Cinco, and we're going to see if we can find one maybe a tad bigger. All right, I didn't buy this thing for nothing. I'm catching a fish on this thing regardless of whether or not it's in the water. I mean, I even got an umbrella for this thing. I had big plans. It does feel nice being on the trailer and it being a little more stationary. Don't even worry about it. Oh, gosh. Dude, aside of the fact that she doesn't float, she's actually really nice. I like this little platform.
You want me to chauffeur you around?
Yeah, if you don't mind. If you just go ahead and take me a few feet down the dam. I'm catching a fish on this thing, Jack. Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, she sounded mean. So far, so good. I think I like this better than being on the lake anyway. Hey, well, this spot looks just as good as any. This is kind of cool. It honestly feels like the first time today that I've actually sat down and enjoyed a cast. Not that I didn't enjoy a cast standing up, but I mean, doggone. The amount of leisure that's happening right now on this trailer. It's unreal. I got a fish! I got a fish! Oh no! No. I got it! Let's go! I mean, you talking about a giant, huh? Come on now. I mean, I don't know if the objective was to stay on the trailer the whole time, but come on now. All right, so I've got a nice looking tree right there. Oh, might end up losing my bait, but I definitely think there's gonna be a fish around that tree. Oh, that wind is killing me. All right, I didn't think I was gonna do it. I'm getting off the boat. I mean, we technically caught one on the boat, right? Oh, that just looks so fishy right there. Something weird's happening. I don't know if we got a bunch of brim under this tree or what. I'm definitely getting bites though. So I know there's fish around it. And pretty much knew that anyway. I mean, anytime you have a tree like this falling down in the water, it's going to have a fish around it. Now, whether or not you catch it may be one thing. Well, no luck here on the tree. I definitely had some bites. I'm thinking maybe there's a big pile of brim under that tree. I'll have to check that out next time I come out here. But I do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I know it didn't go quite like we planned. Trust me, I know. I mean, at the end of the day, I spent $200 on this old girl along with everything else that we needed. So me of all people, I get it. I wish it would have went great, but I think that that's going to be some pretty funny content. So I'm excited to get this one edited up and posted. I appreciate you guys. Please hit that subscribe button though. Help me get to 100,000. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. Love you. Miss you already. Before we go in, let me look at these plants. I just want something that tastes good. Last year I bought a corn dog bush.